Alright guys, we are back for episode number, of course, 38 of the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. So, last time in the last episode, we recently just took care of the final mission of the game, that being the bonus mission of course, World 5, and also showed a small tidbit of what happens when you defeat the tough Possessor Ghost again, if you decide to go back over there now that the final boss has been defeated. Well, you're probably wondering what we're going to be doing for today's video, now that we're done with the main story, as well as everything extra that we have to do so far. Well, this episode is about the Scarescrapper, which is what we're going to be focusing on for today's episode. Now, to start things off with, I'm going to first head back over to the vault real fast, and there's a reason of why I'm heading back over here. First off, as I covered before, these are all the moves that we've collected throughout our adventure. Here are all the unlockables that we collected throughout our adventure as well. Here are all the gems that we've collected. And now let's look at the vault. Because as I expressed in the previous episode, we finally managed to collect every single ghost in the game. Every single ghost. All the Evershade Valley normal ghosts, all the mini-boss types, all the strong variants, as well as, of course, the Possessors, Gold Greenie, and Polterpup, all over the mansion. Now, that being said, this is the Evershade Valley ghosts that we collected according to the main strain of the game. Something that I actually mentioned before, but hadn't got the chance to get back to until now, is with the Scarescrapper. But why? Well, if you remember from the last time that I went through this, which was back in episode 11, oh my god, you may remember that I went over to the Scarescrapper to get 3 specific ghosts for the tally. Polterpup, though this one is with a blue collar, Big Polterpup, and the Brain, being the secret final boss of the game that you can access early if you want to actually find him early. Now, that being said, these 3 are the most common ghosts that you'll find throughout your adventure. But why am I going back to the Scarescrapper again right now? Well, the reason is because there are 9 other slots that are besides that first one that you just saw that have question marks associated with them. This first one, then the second one, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the 8th, and the 9th. Now you might be wondering what these 9 slots all have in common, or what is the importance behind all 9 of these slots. Well, as I talked about in that episode, all these slots have one thing in common. These are secret boss fights that you can encounter within the Scarescrapper. But there's a couple of catches to it that I want to actually discuss. So, the first immediate thing that I need to talk about. You can only find these ghosts in the Scarescrapper mode, meaning that this is the only place in the game where you can actually encounter these bosses. Now, it doesn't really matter if you decide to go do this in download play, local play, or, of course, online play. Any of the modes is fair game in its own point, so you can do whatever mode that you want. And yes, you can do these bosses alone if you wish, but be prepared to have some challenge. And there's a reason for that. In terms of creating the Scarescrapper and what mode you choose, it doesn't matter what mode you decide to pick. Any of the modes is good enough and fair enough in its own according point. So you can choose whatever mode you want. But for the sake of this video and for the last couple of episodes coming in onwards, I'm going to go through each of them in order via the use of going through them in Hunter mode, just to keep things as consistent as possible. Now, the last time that we went through this mode, you may remember that the boss that we collected first was the Brain as well as the Polterpup, because we went over to the Polterpup mode. Now, something that I neglected to mention was that I did this on 5 floors, in addition to also doing this in normal difficulty, because hard and expert were going to be far too difficult for me to do, and I was not about to go around with that mess. So that's why I decided to do this in very normal mode, because I'm way too much of a pussycat to do those other modes, so I am not risking it for the life of me. Now, when you do this and 5 floors, you will encounter the brain as your secret final boss. It doesn't matter if you do this within whatever mode you choose, that will always be your final battle that you'll deal with. But why? Well, if you decide to do this on 10 floors or 25 floors, those are the floors in which you'll encounter the respective secret bosses. But there's one problem. Like I said before, the bosses that you saw on those 9 slots, which correspond to different themes, are all selected via a random ghost pool. Meaning that every time you go over to the Scarescrapper and get over to that 5th floor, you're not going to always battle against the same boss every time you go through the Scarescrapper as a whole. And because of that reason, it means that each boss that you go up against as you're going through the Scarescraper's 5 floors is randomized every time you go through that 5th floor. Now, because of what I just said, you would think that the fastest way of going about this is to go and do this on 25 floors, since you'll encounter 4 boss ghosts at a time, and you can easily just get through the whole thing with ease, right? Well, personally speaking, if you decide to go through this on your own lonesome, like I did when I tried to go through this the first time around, I highly recommend that you do not do this with 25 floors, because there's a good chance you'll run into a ton of duplicates as you're going through the floors, and it's not worth it to do that. Instead, I recommend you do this on 10 floors, because not only will this go by a lot faster, but it will also save you a lot more time than going through this in 25 floors. Because not only will you get through the, boss goes a lot faster, but if you end up running into a duplicate while going through the game, you can just restart it and just go back to where you came from, and then you'll try and get the next one afterwards. So it's a whole lot more efficient and faster to do it that way than it is to do it the other way around. However, because when I went through the Scarescraper the first time, that it took me exactly 25 or so minutes to get over to the brain, because I had to go through it in several different floors, I'm not going to do the same thing for this episode and the next couple of episodes onwards. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go through them in a vastly different way. In other words, what I mean is, I'm going to actually go through them via skipping all the way to the 5th floor. So this way it can be faster, and therefore you can actually see the boss ghosts in action. Now, to be clear, all of them are the exact same between all the respective floors. It's just that the boss arena changes depending on the boss ghost that you're going up against, so it's not the same throughout every single playthrough. But bear that in mind as we go through each of the bosses. So, yeah, be prepared for a long ride, because there's going to be a load of bosses to talk about. But, to make things clear before we begin, the 9 themes are split up into 9 different particular groups before we begin. Those 9 groups being the being gold, fashion, flower, food, Halloween, bug, marine, sports, and animal variants. All of which are spread across each of those 5 series. They're basically reskinned boss versions of greenies, slammers, sneakers, creepers, and gobbers respectively, according to what I'm showing you on this list. So those are the bosses we're going to have to watch out for as we're going through this tally. Now that being said, I don't know which one we're going to be encountering first by the time we get over to the 5th floor for the first time, because the previous time that I went through the Scarescraper, the first ghost that I caught was the creeper from the gold series, and then the last one that I got was the flower one from the creeper in that same genre too. Now, I may have forgotten the numbers of what the other ghosts came in through, but I did lose to a few of them. I think 3 or 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken, so I could be wrong, but to give you the simple gist, that's what's going on. So, anyway, I stalled for long enough. Let's go ahead and get started with this and get into this big rush. So, let's see what we're going to be encountering first, huh? Alright guys, so something I forgot to mention, I'm going to try and encounter 5 ghosts at a time per each floor that I go through, so keep that in mind as we're going through this. Like I said in that video. But anyway, I just made it through the first half of most of the Scarescrapers, so let's see who we're battling against first. Boss time. Alright, so, which of the first of the bosses we're gonna face? No idea. But first, we need to reveal these rooms. Okay, so it's located all the way to the right. Okay. So it's located on that vase there, okay? Okay, so this is the first pair of bosses. These are part of the Gold series, the Bomb Brothers. So, the main mechanic with these bosses is that they throw bombs against you. And, I'm not gonna lie, this is the first of a couple of secret boss greenies to be a twin battle. So, they can be a bit challenging. They have about 250 HP during the normal gameplay, but in other difficulties, they have much more than that. And then I forgot to mention this, but they also drop bombs too as you're going through the battle as well, so it makes them even more difficult to beat if you're not being careful! Crap. It's generally best recommended that you try to get rid of one of them at a time if you can, because they can be a little bit dangerous. If you try to take out both of them at once. Alright, come on now. And then of course I get hit. Okay. Alright, let me get rid of this greenie before he causes a problem. Okay. Oh gosh, freaking darn it! Okay, we're gonna have to do this the hard way, aren't we? It was too far away. I think I sorta got him! Alright, that's the first bomb brother. Okay. So now that guy's gone, it's just the other one left to deal with. You don't have to necessarily grab both of them if you don't want to. You just have to grab one, and then you'll be able to finish the dex entry from there. But if you want to try and complete the deal, you can grab two of them if you want. Okay, where did that guy go? Let me take care of you first, because you're going to be a little bit annoying if I decide to. Alright, gotcha! Alright, come on, Bomb Brother, you're not going anywhere! Alright, just got a minute left to try and take this guy out! Might as well grab that health too while I'm at it. Gosh, freaking dang it! Of course I end up getting hit. Alright, this guy just has 60 HP left! Thank God I didn't get hit by that. I was about to get mad if I got hit. Are you kidding me? And then I get hit. Gosh, freaking darn it. Alright, come on, take the guy out, take the guy out, take the guy out, take the guy out! Yes! Alright, got it. Whew! Okay. Phew, that can be stressful. Alright, thankfully this is gonna be the easiest red coin scramble. Because there's only 4 rooms, so... Whew! I had quick reaction time and got it. Phew! Close call. Alright, floor 5 is completed. But we're not going to move on to the next floor, because, for reasons. So, now that we completed the 5th floor, you might expect that we're going to have to continue on 4th in order to, you know, complete the Scarescrapper, right? Well, you don't actually have to do that. After you clear the 5th floor and get the boss that you're trying to catch, you can quit out of here and it will still save. So that's one thing to keep in mind with this. All right, let's go ahead and get that new ghost in there. There it is, our first secret boss greenie. We get no gold as a result of that, but it's fine. Anyway, now that we got our first brand new ghost, we might as well go ahead and go back over to the vault so that we can check him out. Here it is. Bomb Brother. These identical twin brothers sure have a blast playing with bombs. So, like I mentioned before, this is part of the Golden series. So, he's part of the 5 Golden Ghosts, and he's the first of 9 types that you may encounter throughout the game. Now, I think it's generally spoken, I'm not entirely sure about this, but the first boss that you'll most likely encounter when going through the Haunted Towers is almost always going to be a gold boss. It's always going to be one that comes from the Gold series every time. I can't be wrong about this, but I think, generally speaking, every time you go over to Scarescrapper, the first general boss you encounter is one of those 5 Golden Ghost types. I can be wrong, but that's generally how that works in that context. But as you saw there, that was the first one that we encountered. So, with that, that's our first boss. But we're not just gonna end it here. No. There's still 4 more I have left to tackle through, so let's see who I'm tackling next. Alright guys, I'm back for my second run of the Scarescraper, so let's see who our next boss is gonna be, eh? Alright, floor 5. Boss time! Alright, let's see who we're battling. First, we gotta take a look at the rooms. Alright, so it's located over here, specifically. Oh, same room as last time? Okay, where is the moving object this time around? Okay, so it's not here. Okay, it's not any of these, which is really weird. Wait, unless I'm tripping. One second. Oh gosh! Oh crap! Oh, these are zebras! As you can infer by the name, they're sneakers that are zebras. Now, these guys, including a couple of other sneakers like these, are going to be pretty annoying. Their gimmick is that they send in teleporters. If you get accidentally sucked in by the teleporters, you're not going to be able to suck them in, and they can be pretty darn annoying to go up against. And it's actually a good job that I have this, the eyeglasses on, because otherwise they're going to be very annoying to get. Yeah, so if you get into those teleporters by accident, you're not going to be able to get them, so... Oh, that one guy almost got me. I'm gonna need to watch out for those teleporters because those are gonna be really annoying to get through. Okay, I almost got this one zebra. And just like the greenie bosses, you also battle them in dual battles, so... How in the world did I not get hit? So yeah, you also battle these guys in dual battles, just to let you know. And then of course he scares me. Okay. I think it'll be a good idea to take care of this zebra first. How did I not get hit by that? I'm actually kind of shocked that I didn't get hit, actually. Let's get rid of this guy. Alright, that takes care of the first zebra. There's only just the other one left. Again, you don't have to collect 2 of them. You can grab just one if you want to. Alright, zebra. Your brother's gonna be coming along too, so... I just barely was able to dodge that. Don't ask me how I dodged it, but that's actually crazy that I did. Alright, this guy has 95 HP left. Come on now. What? Just as soon as I hit him, he hit me! Oh, not fair! Come on, dude. Are you serious? Oh, you sneaky little zebra. Okay, I see you. Too bad you're coming with me. Ah! Got him! Nice! We got both the zebras. Woo! They're part of the animal group, in case you're curious. I couldn't grab that gold bar, but whatever. Whew. So I'm gonna meet you guys after the cut, so hold on. Just barely got it. Phew! Alright guys, I'm back from the cut. That was a really scary battle, but thankfully we caught the second boss ghost. So, let's get this guy in here. First we got some gobbles. And then we got, of course, got that zebra. That took a while for that thing to load. What the hell? Anyway, so that's the next boss ghost we got. So, with that, let's go ahead and check out that boss ghost real fast before we move on. Because obviously, this is a new ghost we just collected, so... So he's located at the very end of the spectrum. There it is. The zebra, part of the animal series. Between you and me, his striped camouflage seems a bit unnecessary, considering he can turn invisible whenever he wants. That's true, to be fair. So yeah, this is our first secret boss sneaker that we got. Now, I'll give you a story around these guys. I actually lost to a few of them when I was trying to get them. I forgot which two I lost to specifically, but there were two of them that I lost to because I got way too cocky. I got into the teleporters by accident because I wasn't paying attention, and then that happened. So, to give the simple story, that's what's going on, so... Anyway, so that covers it for the second boss ghost, so let's see what we'll get next. Alright guys, I'm back for the third run of the Scarescrapper. Apparently on the third run, I got stuck in a room and I could not figure out where the other key was, so I decided to just restart this. So, I'm on here for the third time now, so let's see who we're battling next. Alright, floor 5. Boss time! Alright, let's see who we're battling this time. First, gotta check out the rooms. Okay, so it's clear that the boss room is gonna be over there, so... just check out what's there. Okay. Alright, so it's clear that it's on that ore over there, which seems to tell me... Alright, this guy! This dude is part of the Bug series. This is Ladybug. So, as you can infer by the name, it's based off of ladybugs, which is essentially what this guy is. Now, this guy and a couple other slammers are actually pretty unique. They have shields. You're actually forced to break them in order to actually cause damage to them, but they also spread out these Scarab bugs all over the place, which can make them a little annoying to go up against. They're not as bad as some of the sneaker bosses that I talked about earlier, but you do need to watch out because their slam does some mean damage. You can get some HP from the Scrabs too, which is a good thing, but they also access into battle a couple of sneakers and greenies, the strong variants, so this can make them a little bit annoying to deal with. I'm not done with you, mister. Mario! Luigi, what are you doing? Activate the freaking thing, thank you! The dude over here just decided not to damage the freaking thing. Okay, this is gonna make things a little tough! And then, of course, I get interrupted, because of course. I really freaking hate these enemies. Like... Alright, sure, I could not get rid of the shield. Okay, I was about to be smart, but nope. Get back over here, Lady Gug. I'm not finished with you yet. Dude, get rid of the... Are you kidding me right now? That guy interrupted me. Come on with that, son. Alright, now let me try and get rid of him. Oh, shoot, this is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem! You know what? No, I can't do this. If that Grinny's gonna distract me, I might as well get rid of him right now, because otherwise he's gonna really ruin my chances of trying to get this guy. Oh, no, you don't. Don't go disappearing on me. I saw you. Oh, my God, I hate these bugs! Okay, I know I got damaged twice, but I don't care. I really do not care at this point. I just want to get Lady Gug and get him into my freaking deal. Ugh. Oh my God, that guy has a BD hell bar. I really do not like it that these slammers have these BD hell bars, because you think, how on earth did that greenie miss me? Okay, well that time I kind of understand why he missed me. Okay, that was really rude. Come on, man, are you serious? I didn't even have the time to get out of there in time. What do you mean I got damaged twice? Are you kidding me? Jesus, not giving me a chance to go heal. Like brutal much? Alright, come on, you stupid... Dude, flash him! What is taking you this long to get one freaking out? Oh crap, I only got a minute to try and catch this guy. Alright, you get over here so... Okay, that was not fair. He legit just got way too far away! Yeah, that was way safer to do it that way. I got the guy at the very least. Alright, let me get back on task and try to get this guy. Alright, almost got him! Are you kidding me? This dude has like 45 HP left or something. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna get this guy whether I like it or not. I don't care anymore. Almost got him! Got him! Yes! Woo! 56 seconds left to spare, man. Damn! Woo! Got the slammer at least. Gosh darn, son. Woo! That guy was a pain. At least I got him at the very least. Okay, let's go over here. I'll meet you guys back in the cut. Alright, y'all, back from the cut. My God, that slammer was a little annoying to get, but at least we got the secret boss slammer, the first one, so I'll gladly take that insect guy, gladly. There's Lady Gug. Whew, that guy was annoying to get. But hey, we got him at least, so that's at least something good out of this, right? Alright, with that boss ghost taken care of, let's go ahead and take a look at him right now. Because I got something interesting to actually talk about in regards to this guy. So, this is the insect series, Lady Gug. Sure, his name might have lady in it, but nothing could be further from the truth. So some interesting trivia about this guy. This is one of the few ghosts to actually get changed in the British English release, because apparently in that version of the game, he was called Shady Bird. I don't know the reasoning why they decided to give him that name. It's a bit strange that they went with that name, but personally, that is really weird if I say so myself. I don't really get why they changed his name to Shady Bird of all things in the British English version, but it's just a really weird localization change for the name. Anyway, now that third ghost has been taken care of, let's see who's next. Alright guys, back for the fourth time in the Scarescrapper, so let's see who we're going against this one, because this is going to be our penultimate secret boss before we go over to the last one. Well, for this episode at least. Alright, floor 5. Boss time! Okay, let's see what we're dealing with this time. Because we dealt with a sneaker, a slammer, and a greenie, so... Something tells me that that's going to be what I think it is. Alright, let's see. Okay! I didn't expect that! Okay, so this is another ghost, a part of the Gold series. This is the Beetle Whisperer. So, I just discussed about this guy earlier. These golden deals, were the original ones that bring in the Scarescrapper bugs. I am actually kind of shocked that I got 2 slammers in a row. That was not what I was expecting to see, but... Okay, I need to be extremely careful, because... Aha! Found your weak spot, dummy! What the hell? What just happened? How is the earthquake of that thing still red? I don't get it. Dude, you're going way too close for comfort! Alright, that's the strategy. Okay, this is not a safe idea to do this when there's tons of... Are you kidding me? Come on, bro. Are you serious? I was trying to stun him and then lo and behold, I could not do it for some reason. Oh, no you don't. No you don't. You get back over here. I will gladly take those hearts, thank you very much. Alright, that's the first bit of damage on him. I'm actually having an easier time with this guy compared to Lady Gug, which I don't understand how in the world I'm having an easier time with him, but for some reason I'm not having as difficult a time as the last one. Okay, thank God I noticed that guy in the last minute. I will gladly take that health. Thank you very much. What are you talking about? I clearly dodged him. Did you see that? Legit just went to dodge the shockwave, and then for some reason the game considered it as me being way too close to it. That is stupid, man. That is stupid. That is completely stupid, bro. What the hell? I'm not gonna get away from any of you. Okay, I almost got that slammer too. Come on, one last hit, got him! Alright, got him. That went by a lot better than the last fight. Okay. I kind of didn't mean to do that, that was on accident. But whatever. I generally do not care at this point. I'll meet you guys back at the cut. Well, to this day, I didn't expect to get 2 secret boss slammers in a row, but apparently I did. Don't know how in the world that happened. But hey, there's the Beetle Whisperer. So, that's a good trade-off. Alright, so with that ghost collected, we can go ahead and take a look at his data, since he was the penultimate boss that we fought. And with that, there's actually only just one more that we're going to battle for today's video, considering that there's no other particular mechanics that we're going to do, so... Alright, Beetle Whisperer. This ghost isn't exactly a people person. He gets downright grumpy when disturbed, and he won't hesitate to introduce you to his beetle friends. Now, apparently in the British English release, he's called the Scarescrapper, which I personally don't get either why he was called that in the British English release. It's a little weird that he was given this name. So, yeah, I don't get what the conceptual is behind that. So it's a little weird that he was given that name. But anyway, so, yeah, that takes care of yet another boss. But we're not quite done yet. There's one more we're going to actually tackle through for today's video. I'm kind of shocked, actually, that we have not encountered a creeper or a gobber secret boss yet. I think we'll tackle either one of those for this last one, but if it ends up being a repeat, then we'll see if I can tackle them in the next video. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay? Because we never know what those other ones are going to have in store with them. But anyway, let's figure out what that last one is. Alright guys, I'm back in the Scarescrapper one more time to face against one more secret boss. So, let's see who we're battling against for our last boss, at least for this episode. Floor 5. Boss time! Alright, now the question is this going to be a repeat sneaker, slammer, or a repeat slammer, sneaker, or greenie, or is it going to be that gobber or creeper? We'll have to see. And I think it would be a good idea to get rid of these bats, because the last time I was over here, I actually forgot to get rid of these guys, so that was my own fault for not doing that. Do it! Oh, okay! This is another pair of greenies. So, these guys are the Dreadon flies. They're based off of dragonflies, if you couldn't already tell, and that's essentially what they are. Now, I do have to be careful, because these are bombs that we're talking about! I gotta be extremely careful with this, because there's a good possible chance I could die here if I'm not being careful. And it's not good in a small battlefield like this, because even though it's long, there's a lot of space for these guys to move. Alright, come on, mister. I'm not about to let you get away from me. Watch out, watch out, watch out! I'm actually surprisingly taking care of this one guy really well, because seriously, I didn't get damaged at all except for that one occasion. I actually had a very clean run on that first dragonfly. Damn! That is clean as hell. Okay, hey, I gotta hand it to myself for that one. Okay, but that doesn't mean it's done yet, because there is still that other one that I have left to take care of. But let's take care of the strong greenie first. Come on, come on, come on. Gotcha. Alright, now... Oh, you give me that bomb. I'm not letting you carry that anytime soon. Oh, shoot, that guy's gonna be annoying. Almost. I got very scared that I was gonna get hit by that, so that's why I jumped. Because I was really nervous that he was going to make me run into it. Alright, almost gone, almost gone! Okay, let me try to charge up just once. Almost got hit by that bomb. Got him! Nice! Alright, let's go! The Dreadonflies are defeated! Whew! Not gonna lie, that battle was a little scary, but I did manage to beat it, so... Hey, give me some credit at least. Alright, get that one. Okay, where's... I'll meet you guys back at the cut. Okay, so we collected our last secret greenie boss for now. So that's 2 secret greenie bosses, 2 secret slammer bosses, and 1 secret sneaker boss. Overall, not a bad score, I gotta say. And so far, we didn't actually have any fails yet in regards to duplicates or whatever, so that's nice. But with that said, let's head back over to EGAD's vault real quick and take a look at that last ghost before I go through any information about the ghosts and such. So, let's take a look at that last ghost that we have for now. Here we go. Part of the insect series. Dragonfly. He doesn't have 2 pairs of wings. In fact, he doesn't have any wings. What good are wings to a ghost? A pretty slick design, I gotta say. So, before I wrap up this episode, I guess I might as well discuss some details on the boss variants for them. So, to give you the simple story of things, those boss greenies will have 250 HP in normal mode, 300 in hard mode, and 400 in expert mode. For the boss sneakers, they will have 250 HP in normal mode, 350 in hard difficulty, and 450 in expert mode. And then finally for the boss slammers, since we didn't encounter a boss creeper or boss gobbler yet, normal difficulty that would have 300 HP, hard would be 400, and expert is 600. So, if that's any indication as to why I would never, ever go through expert difficulty, that is why. Because if you decide to go through expert mode, you're gonna get your ass kicked. So, yeah, basically that. So, that's 2 ghosts down from the Gold series, 2 down from the Bug series, and only 1 from the Animal series. So I gotta say, overall, a pretty good track record so far. Not too bad so far. Okay, well with that, we're gonna wrap up our Scarescrapper adventures here, so that's gonna wrap things up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the very first Scarescrapper secret boss episode that we have going on. I'm kind of upset that we couldn't get the chance to face against a boss gobbler or a boss creeper for this video. But I'm pretty sure that there's a good chance that I may end up battling against those bosses in the next couple of episodes as we go along. So, I'm pretty positive that we'll battle against some in the next video. But we'll have to see on that front later. But anyways, I'm going to wrap up this episode here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And I will see you guys next time when we come back for the next episode to get through the next 5 battles. So, till next time, guys, I will see you guys later. So, till next time, guys, bye.